Welcome viewers to Hawks Sports Network, where we are set to watch the men's varsity volleyball team here as the Humber Hawks take on the Redeemer Royals. Mo Crochet here to call the game alongside my broadcast partner, Mark Harrison. And Mark, these two teams faced each other last year in the playoffs. The Redeemer Royals actually eliminating the Humber Hawks, so definitely a revenge here for the Humber Hawks as they have that in mind. And looks like we'll just have the anthems and lineup, so we'll get to that in just a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next here at the Humber Athletic Center. As we get set for this home opening matchup between the Redeemer Royals and your Humber Hawks. I will now ask all please rise, remove your hats for the sake of our national anthem. Singing the anthem for us tonight from the Parents and Children's Chorus, Creole Wilkins. Tonight's starting lineup is the Redeemer Royals. Ring number 2, 5'8" left side from Alberta, doing better. Wearing number 3, a 6'7" from BC, Pearson Still. Wearing number 4, a 6'3" from Pretoria, Brady Ball. Wearing number 7, a 6'1" left side from St. Catharines, Mitchell Harris. Wearing number 12, a 6'5" right side. Wearing number 13, a 6'5" mid from North Bay, Zach Burke. The start of the wear for the Redeemer Royals, wearing number 9, standing 6 foot, from British Columbia, Eli Todd. The head coach for the Volleyball Royals is Brad Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your 2017-2018 men's volleyball team. Number 1, Dylan DeBesser. Number 2, John And now, your starting lineup for the Humber Hawks. Ring number 0, a 6'3" outside from Grafton, Keelan Wilkins. Ring number 3, a 6'7" from Toronto, Riley Kim. Ring number 4, a 6'7" middle from Toronto, Colin Stevens. Ring number 7, a 6'3" outside from Guelph, Alex Logan. Ring number 14, a 6'7" middle from Holland, Andrew Leahy. Ring number 16, a 6'5" outside from St. Patrick's, Victor Blanchett. Your starting libero, ring number 11, standing 5'11" from Brandon, Nico
So the lineups introduced, the anthems were played, and to continue where I left off here, of course, the regular season home opener, and of course the Redeemer Royals eliminated the Humber Hawks, who were actually the host team in the first round of the tournament, 3-2. And Mark, I should ask you, coming into a home opener, a regular season game, what exactly is the mentality heading into a game like that?
I believe the mentality is just minimize errors, I'd say, right? That's the first game. As much as you've built up team chemistry throughout the preseason, both teams are new. There's new players, right? There's new connections, new setters, new left sides, right? The hitter-setter connections are off. Timing, as much as you can work on that, it's the first game. Yes. You can't expect it all to work like a well-oiled machine. It's about minimizing those errors, doing the right things, doing things good enough that you just don't make errors, right? That's the biggest thing, is just don't make as many errors and go on runs.
So it'll be Kim starting things off here. Nice dig there. Another good save.
Blanchett on the right side.
And that one stays in bounds. But great job from the libero there from the Redeemer Royals, Eli Tolkamp.
And that's a great rally to start this home opener for the men's team here and for the Redeemer Royals, right? A lot of touches, a lot of communication. Great first rally.
That was Pearson Steeler with the serve. Royals now get the point, up 2-0 here. Redeemer, they were 12-6 last year. Humber was 10-8. Tolkamp can't do anything with that one, not able to come up with a dig. Alex Bowden getting the first point for Humber here in the regular season. And here is Blanchett entering his third season for the Humber Hawks. Definitely one of the leaders of this team.
Great dig by Kim.
Oh, what a rally.
Colin Skanes, Mo, just getting up there, pressing over the block, nice and tall. Colin Skanes, a second-year player.
Yes.
Just started playing volleyball last year. We had mentioned a bit of that in our preseason broadcast of this team. But for these new viewers, Colin Skanes there in the middle.
Yeah, we also praised how he's been progressing along with his development.
Oh my goodness, it looks like a different player this year from last, and he just keeps improving each day.
Yeah, so Blanchett ends up getting the service error there, so the Royals will now have a 1-point lead and a serve of their own. Cayman Wilkins ends up keeping that one just in bounds. And of course, with the serve, Blakey will come in for the libero, Keeban. Bowden can't come up with that one, but it was good placement there from Kim. Bowden mistimed his jump initially, but Kim was just right behind him there.
And we see some confusion here as Quibbin, the libero, was not in the game. Colin Skange is actually set to take that second ball, but that's where we see a little bit more of a learning division from the middles that come in, and they're not used to taking that second ball because they don't play the back row too often. Just a bit of a miscommunication there. It'll work itself out eventually.
Oh, Keeban diving for that one.
And that's what you like to see early on from any player, really, just that effort level, right? Shows that they're engaged in the game, no warm-up needed, right? They got that all out in the warm-up, and and they're ready to play in this first set.
Good serve there from Zach Burke. Hits the top of the net. Blanchett ends up saving it. Royals now coming up with that. Blakey's hit dig there. And Bowden gets it just in bounds again. So Humber, 2 points coming off perfectly placed shots. Previously it was Wilkins, of course, picking up a point, and now here is Bowden with that perfectly placed shot and a nice serve from him as well. Oh, Wilkins got a shot stuffed there at the net. So here is Jeff Ikenyenyu, the third-year Toronto, Ontario native. Wilkins got a shot blocked again. Royals will get the point.
You see Wilkins, who is a veteran on this team, kind of making some not great shot decisions here early, kind of going for broke on a few of them when you should probably just make a smarter shot deep in a corner or find a gap. He needs to be smarter with that as the game progresses.
And that time he'll just have to get it over the net. That one in for the Royals, but it was good to see Wilkins going a little bit off speed, making that adjustment.
Definitely making some adjustments, and these are good rallies, right? These are not long or short rallies, rather they are long rallies. Both teams really making a lot of defensive plays, giving themselves the opportunity to win the point.
In the regular season, Humber holds a 22-11 all-time record in their favor. Wilkins not forced to be able to do much with that hit. Let's quickly get it over the net. Humber will get the point as the ball goes out. So here's Wilkins now going to put his attention on the serves. Bowden will just look at that one as it goes out of bounds. So Humber now making a couple of points in a row. Wilkins back to serve. Gets the service error there, so stopping the momentum that the Humber Hawks were looking to build. Wilkins can't come up with that dig.
A little bit disengaged here, the Humber Hawks, and the Royals are, we talked about Wilkins needing to place some shots, and that's all the Royals are doing really on their offense. They're just putting it where the Hawks aren't, and the Hawks don't really have an answer.
And it could be some regular season home opening jitters here from Humber. We don't know, but
we're going to see
not
double
the start
contact
they wanted,
there.
but they will get the point there, as you just mentioned, the double contact.
Yeah, and we saw, we had mentioned that Quibbin was kind of making that effort early on, and you can't expect that from everyone. I mean, you'd love to see it, but the fact of the matter is that it is a home opener, and for some of these players, it's their first time playing for Humber, and for Redeemer too, right? Both teams have the first-year student or first-year players.
Yes.
And there's some nerves there. It's understandable.
For the Royals, they do have 11 players returning to this team. And some miscommunication that time. Skanes didn't know where the ball was after he deflected that one.
Those are tough plays. You look left, right, behind you, but so often you don't look up. That's where the ball is.
Next thing you know, the ball is on the ground for a point.
Yeah.
Oh, Blanchette. And you see Blanchette, a staple on this Humber team and a staple on the record books. You'll see his name there a lot throughout the all-time records in points.
Oh, what a touch by Quibbin.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness.
What a dig there, but not able to do anything that time. Royals eventually get the point.
Quibbin is on the ball tonight. Quite literally and figuratively, Mo. He's been touching all the balls, and he's really been reading the plays as they develop very well.
So it'll be Blanchette who will head to the service line after the error from the Royals. Finished the season with 39 service aces. We'll get the error that time. So the St. Catharines, Ontario native in his 4th year, Mitchell Harris, firing a serve there, who goes out of bounds. Nice serve there from Skanes.
Big block at the net. That was Bowden. I don't know if Blakey got a bit of that, but it was definitely Bowden out there on the right side, locking that down.
And it was Skanes whose serve didn't allow this Redeemer team to set up their offense. And that time they end up hitting it out of bounds. So the Humber Hawks, good job getting right back into this one.
And the Royals, who had a 13-9 lead, just a few points to go, and now see their lead diminished down to 1 point. And that's how quickly things can change here in the sport of volleyball, right? You make one error, and then the team gets a point off that, and then it's a 2-point swing, and before you know it, they're right back in it.
Yep, and a timeout called. 13-12, Royals with the lead. And Brad Duess, who also coaches the women's team, a little bit of double duty action here now. Putting his focus, of course, coaching this men's team, calling that timeout.
And it's worth noting, Mo, that I was actually talking to Lyndon Bondkiss, who is not on the court for the Royals, before the game. And he said he's actually injured. He has a high ankle sprain, he was telling me.
One of your former teammates?
Yeah, Lyndon and I actually, we played back in British Columbia in Langley together at for club ball. And so he's a good friend of mine. And you hate to see anything like that happen to anyone in the sports, but he's resting up and he should be back in the next few weeks. But he's a good left side player for them and looks to extend on a very successful first year that he had for them last season in his now 2nd year.
Well, luckily for you, there is another Langley, British Columbia native on the Redeemer team, Eli Tolkamp, who's done a good job with his digs. And you see Tolkamp, the libero, so he's in the white jersey.
Ooh, big dig from Kim there.
And Wilkins playing it on the other end. Oh, Blanchette, nice job keeping that one in play. Setting it up for Wilkins. Kim sets it up for Blakey, and that shot just goes out of bounds. Blakey, of course, missing part of that Humber Cup, but good to see him here with the baseball season wrapping up. Of course, the Humber men's team finishing with a silver medal. So here is Daniel Wolfer, first-year player from Cambridge, Ontario. Blanchette just couldn't keep that one in play, had a tough time controlling that serve. So just some inconsistency here with the play of Blanchette here in the opening serve. Wilkins, good job taking advantage of that and getting the point. We also mentioned throughout the Humber Cup the veteran plays of Cayman Wilkins, and we saw that just there.
Definitely a guy on the Humber team who the other players look up to and who the coaching staff sees an extension of themselves on the court. Really just a high volleyball IQ guy. And like anyone, he can struggle, but he does. He is a rock in this Humber veteran core.
And how about the first-year player, Alex Bowden, and his play here in the opening set? No regular season jitters for him, it seems.
No, definitely not, Mo.
And that one just goes out of bounds.
Oh, what a smart play by Kim. Really just a total breakdown in communication on the Humber Hawks side. But again, we see I had mentioned in actually the women's broadcast, Mo, but deep corners in volleyball are such an untapped sort of, there's no one there, right? And so if you put the ball there quick enough, no one can adjust, and that's an easy point.
So it's been the strong play of the first-year players, Kim and Bowden, leading things off for Humber.
What was it, Andrew Blakey there? There's a solo stuff in the middle.
Yeah, Blakey now one of the veteran players on this team. Royals having trouble with that one as well. So Humber look to take advantage. Close call there, Blanchette. That one goes out of bounds. Good awareness from the Humber Hawks.
And you see, he was trying to go for that deep corner like I was talking about earlier. Just a little too aggressive there.
Oh, that Humber team putting up a wall there.
Blakey
just right there, yeah.
There, too bad.
Royals end up getting the point, but the presence of Blakey being felt here early in this set.
Definitely. And the Royals, who had a big lead, kind of 4 point lead throughout most of the set now, down by a point here late in the game as we approach that all-important 20-point mark.
Yep. Oh, what a
dig there. And what an effort by this Redeemer Royals team.
Oh, Blanchette. Some miscommunication there as he jumped right on top of the back of Andrew Blakey.
And they're trying to run a set play there. Run a bit of an X where Clayton Blanchette, the left side, will come into the middle. Blakey runs a 30, kind of confuses the block, and the goal is to get no block for Blanchette, but if you mess up, then it can turn out not so nice.
Blanchette, good job just putting a soft touch into that one. Ends up getting the kill.
And I just have to shout out this Redeemer Royals team. Like, the effort they are showing on the defensive end is unbelievable. Really just sacrificing their bodies to get the ball in play. And we're going to have a serving sub come into the game here for Andrew Blakey. That's his Quinton Hudgens.
Yep, Hudgens, second-year player from Port Perry. Oh, and you see Hudgens coming right off that service line and coming up with that dig. Just unfortunately there, the Royals get the point though. So a tie game, 19-19. And here is Brady DeBoer. His brother, of course, also on this Redeemer team. Error that time. Humber will get the point and the 1-point lead as we hit that 20-point benchmark.
It looks like we're going to see Colin Skanes on the net, I believe. I actually was away from the play, so I didn't quite see it. It looks like he just grazed the net there, and the ref saw that and made the call.
So we have a tie game, but that quickly vanishes. 21-20 off that service error. What a serve there from Clayton Blanchett.
Just snags the line there.
And the Redeemer Royals will respond with calling a timeout, talking things over here as we are in the closing stages of this first set with the Humber Hawks up 22-20. So here is Blanchett. That fourth spot on all-time service aces in his horizon. Also put up a good serve there. Cam with a nice dig. Oh, nice dig there from Wilkins that time. And Kim was almost coming up with that dig, but a referee called a stoppage before that, awarding a point for the Royals.
Yeah, it looked like it was Wilkins on the net there in the front row. It's two net calls on the Hawks here in the after 20, which is just something you can't afford. We talk about that 20-point benchmark, Mo, and how important it is to really, you don't want to have errors throughout the game, but especially after 20. Oh. There it is.
Alex Bowden.
That was a great setting choice. He had Colin Skanes run the middle, so aggressive. Block a bit with him, and he had a one-on-one for Bowden on the right side, sorry.
So 3 players need to be coming in for the Humber team. Daniel Reynolds, one of them, number 20. And you see him there. Reynolds now going to take the serve. A first-year player. Nice block, Alex Bowden.
Alex Bowden, the first year, really showing coaching staff that he deserves to be in the starting lineup, Mo. Just putting on an absolutely wonderful performance here in this first set of the home opener for the Humber Hawks.
And nothing Blanchett can do about that one. A ferocious hit there and a big point for the Royals as they're just down by 2. Humber just needs one more point to take the first set. Dwayne Wilkins will take a timeout. So Coach Wilkins just having a quick word with his team here. We have mentioned all throughout the broadcast and previous broadcasts just how hard it is to not only close a game but close a set. Bowden, wow. What a first set for Alex Bowden.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more, Mo. And he'll look to build on that as we now move into the second set as the Hawks, I think that constitutes as a bit of a come-from-behind victory in that set. They were down for a majority of that set and just stuck with it. Some good serving runs by the Hawks players and wonderful performance by Alex Bowden. Just paved the way for a Hawks victory in that first set.
So the final score of this first set, 25-22. Both teams will switch sides, and we will see you guys shortly for the second set. So strong start for the Humber Hawks here. in the regular season opener. Also a good start for Wayne Wilkins to witness, as he's just 3 wins of tying the all-time wins record for coaches. So second-year player from Surrey, British Columbia, Pearson Stiller. Blanchett was looking to start the set off with a huge statement. Just goes out of bounds, so the Royals will pick up the first point in the second set. That was just unfortunate for Humber. A very strong set for the Royals, a strong serve, as Wilkins, once he hit that ball, went right over the net, setting up an offensive kill for the Royals.
I'd say that's the sort of the focus for the Hawks that needs to be, is that serve receive. They've been struggling with that a bit in the first set, and here we see again, just over the net.
Yep. And miscommunication, so sloppy start here for Humber in the second set.
Yeah, and it's so important, Mo, just how, just that first contact, that serve receive, just how important that is. It determines how the setter can get into a rhythm. It determines how the set turns out, what the offense looks like entirely for that team.
Chet going a little bit off speed on that hit. Almost worked out for the Hawks there. And it does so, actually. They do get the point. Maybe not the way they envisioned getting the first point here in the second set, but they'll definitely take it.
Yeah, they're on the board, and now it's to just forget, right? Just forget what happened in the first 3 points there, and just move on and do what you know is right and how you know how to play.
Oh, Kim. That serve just goes out of bounds past the back line. So a service error for him. Royals up by 3, 4-1 to score. And Blanchett, this time he gets the kill that he's been looking for.
It's amazing though. It looks like he's not even trying. Like it's a little ridiculous. He just kind of goes up and just does it, and then goes back to serve like it's every day, right? Yep. And it's just normal thing for him. Now that is a smart volleyball shot right there. Read that the setter had crept up and had released early to the front court. Saw that no one was back corner there on the right side and just placed the ball accordingly. Nice simple shot. Point for the Royals.
And now Zach Burke with the serve. Wilkins. That ball almost hitting the top of the rafters here. And Collins Gaines.
I'd like to look for I'd like to see the Hawks implement their middles a little bit more. I think Blakey coming in here in the front court and Skanes going back to serve. But even once Skanes comes around in the front court again, they've shown a lot of promise. And if the set's there, it's almost a guaranteed kill for them. They're just so big.
And not quite able to dig that one is Collins Skanes, so the Royals will get the point.
Big fella hitting the floor there, Mo.
So here is Jeff Ikenyenyu. And Blanchett, that one is out. So see Blanchette just frustrated with himself there, but go ahead, Mark.
Well, much like the first set, Mo, the Royals have jumped up to a 7-3 lead here, a 4-point difference. And that was what it was like a little bit later on. It was, I believe, 12-9, right? Again, a little bit of a 3-4 point spread kind of throughout. And the Hawks had come from behind in that first set. So we'll see what they can do here in the second.
Wilkins got a shot blocked, gets a shot blocked again.
Great recycle by the Hawks.
And just no one able to come up with that one. So the Royals continue on with their run as their lead is now extended to 5. You see the Royals reading that play very well when Kimmy Wilkins rises up and trying to get that kill. Talking about reading a play well, Humber that time reading that play well as they know that ball is going straight out of bounds and they get the point.
Yeah, Nico Quibbin in the yellow jersey for the Hawks, the defensive leader in the backcourt, really taking charge there, letting his teammates know and communicating that the ball is out of bounds.
This time it's the Royals struggling on
Andrew
receiving that serve. Yep, Blakey taking advantage of that.
I want to see some more of that by Kim. Really push that middle. Blakey's an athlete. We said a multi-sport athlete. He plays baseball and last year joined the volleyball team. And he's capable of some incredible things if you get the ball to him in the right spot, which Kim is clearly capable of doing.
Ball crashes into the net, so the Humber Hawks now looking to come right back into this one, playing very similarly to that first set.
Yes, definitely.
And talking about that first set, Alex Bowden, definitely that player of that first set. Not able to carry over that success as he does get the service error. So Wesley Shilstra, third-year player. And this time Wilkins hits it out of bounds.
And Wilkins has been struggling sort of throughout the first set and now into the second. It's a little bit uncharacteristic of him, being that veteran player. He has that smart volleyball mind that we were talking about earlier in the first set, but he just seems to be struggling right now to find his rhythm here in this game.
Humber Hawks, they'll definitely take that one, service error.
And just to touch, number 13, Jake Gomes has come in here for the Hawks, who's a first-year setter. So it looks to be running a 6-2 offense now with Gomes setting, and we see Kim taking a swing.
Oh, good job there, Rady Kim. What a dig.
Quibbin, great. Oh, that's too bad.
It just goes to the referee's podium there.
Quibbin had made a great dig on that ball. Unfortunately, the ref stand just got in the way.
Both teams really fighting for that point. Royals ends up getting it. Now 10-7, their lead up to 3.
We see a bit of a discussion between Wilkins and the up referee here. Just looking for some clarification on what was the call there and why it was made.
So we'll resume play with Brady DeBoer now, serving that one for the Royals. Blanchette going off speed again, throwing off the Royals players.
And that's an easy play for Blanchette to make because he's such a force, such a high volume scorer, and he gets almost all his points. I mean, gets all his points, and he's such a big kill, sort of highlight reel kills. When he does tip it, everyone's strapped in and ready for this huge swing, and they can't recover fast enough to pick up a tip.
Struggling to receive that serve, so Andrew Blakey will get the service ace. Blakey was just trying to keep it there on the edge of the line, not able to do so.
And here we are back at 12-9, Mo, just like the first set, the exact same score. And this is kind of the turning point where the Hawks kind of turned on the Jets and started this this comeback in that first set.
Oh, nice block. It was kept there on the foot. And the Royals get the point. Ikenyenyu, after stumbling there, kept the ball alive on his foot. Royals get the kill.
And Skanes just didn't quite press over enough on that block, allowing the ball to come and kind of ride him down on his body right along the net there for the point.
So now a 10-13 lead. So back to 3 points. That 3-point gap seems to be the case that the Humber Hawks have to overcome here.
And that's not a super large deficit, Mo, right? That's a missed serve. 2 points, right?
Yep.
Just get one. You're within it. Not a big deal.
Wilkins with a nice dig, but that time Humber not able to cut into this lead. Push to 4 now.
I'm hearing a lot less communication on the Hawks side. The Redeemer Royals are, they're high-fiving. They're communicating between plays. You see the libero up at the front court, right, discussing tendencies with his players, and the Hawks have fell silent here.
And that one goes out of bounds, so the Royals now up by 5.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout from Coach Wilkins here for the Hawks, just to sort of refocus his group of players and focus them for the set moving forward.
Mitchell Harris back to serve. Strong serve for him. Blanchette hits this one out. Royals continuing to pile up the points.
And we see a substitution coming into the game. Number 12, Mo.
Jackson Breer.
Yeah, Breer, he's a bit like Blanchette. He's got a big arm, bit of a cannon for an arm.
Might be the best athlete on this Humber team, a multi-sport athlete.
Yes, definitely. His body just oozes athleticism.
Yep. So the rally ends there. Humber will get the point. And it's the new sub, Jackson Breer, who will be taking this serve. And he ends up getting the service error.
Bowden, who's just continuing. He's been a little quieter here in this second set, but still consistent. Really, while we say no point, maybe not that many points, not that many errors either, right? And so that's the biggest thing. If you'd rather be neutral than negative.
Skanes gonna come up with that dig.
DeBoer there for the Royals. We haven't seen too many middle runs from the Royals team thus far in the match, but that one was quite effective.
Good serve there from Ikenyenyu. And Humber awarded a point, so luckily for them, Jackson Breer was almost touched that one.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort.
Yeah. Royals thought they almost had a point there.
Yeah, they're complaining that there was no touch on the block, but the ref saw it differently.
Wow.
What a great dig there by the Royals.
Wilkins going back with it. Digged once again by the Royals. And it finally ends Royals will get the point to close out that rally.
And here we see a timeout from the Hawks.
Yep.
No surprise there.
So Wayne Wilkins calls a timeout as he sees his team now trailing by 6. So Redeemer will be taking the serve. Still a manageable deficit for Humber to come back on.
Definitely, Mo. 6 points is, as much as that is a large deficit, it can be erased very quickly.
But things do have to change quickly, and that won't help the cause.
No, and there's a lot of frustration now that the Royals are playing very loose and energetic, and a lot of smiles and happiness going around, and that's easy to do when you're winning. It's a lot harder to do when you're losing. The Hawks seem a little bit frustrated.
And Alex Bowden coming up big for the Humber Hawks. So now he seems to be carrying over from that strong effort he had in the first set. Getting a very important kill, but Humber still trailing by 6, 14-20. Good serve from Wilkins. Oh, Wilkins just a bit too far out that time.
I see Blanchette come back into the game here.
For Jackson Breer.
Probably just to get him warmed up again before the third set. Get him some touches on the ball.
Humber gets the kill, trailing by 6.
And we're going to see a serving sub here. Hudgens coming in the game once again for Blakey. Hudgens, who was a bit of a jack of all trades last year, Mo. Kind of played a little bit of middle, a little bit of left side, a bit of libero, kind of did it all, and he's really settled into a role as one of the passing specialists and serving sub guys for this Hawks bench.
Rose getting the point there, and this Humber team also playing a bit short-handed. A couple of key players not in the lineup for this game.
Great read there on the kill.
Seems like the Royals are still anticipating a big hit from Blanchette, but continuing to go off speed.
Yeah, that's for sure. And rightfully so. I mean, then you just wait for the time when they don't expect a big hit, and then he gives them one.
Yeah, and Tim that time getting the service error, so the Royals just need 2 more points to take the second set, and they'll be able to even up the game if they're able to do so. Blanchette gets a shot blocked twice. And that one goes well out of bounds. Oh, almost kept in there. It was Mitchell Harris trying to use his foot that time, but it goes straight into the rafter.
Looked like we were on the soccer pitch, Mo.
Of course, might be excited, the soccer team, in their playoff run.
Yeah, definitely.
Ball just deflected out of bounds. Brady DeBoer coming back into the game.
We now have set point for the Royals.
Yep, and Zach Burke will check out, and Wayne Wilkins will call a timeout.
And here we have match point for the Redeemer Royals. Sorry, set point, match point. A little ahead of myself there.
And the Humber Hawks just staying away from that ball as it goes out of bounds. So they cut this lead into 5. It'll be Hudgens coming right back into the game for Humber. And Skanes gets the service error, so that will do it for the second set. The Redeemer Royals take it 25-19, so both teams now even up at 1-1.
Next We're coming down. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
That's what they're doing on me. Anything like it's concussed. You like flick your head. Oh, you're concussed. Straight lock.
So the third set here just about to be underway. And Mark, I should ask you, is there any adjustments you might want to point out for any of our viewers here for the Humber Hawks?
You know what, Mo? It's a struggle because the Hawks played, they came from behind in the first set and obviously struggled in the second. And I would say just communication for the Hawks. Redeemer's doing a great job of communicating. They're together, they're high-fiving each other after every play, they're really unified, cohesive as one unit. And I think that comes, they have a lot of veterans on their team, right? They've been together a while. A lot of guys have been together for multiple years. The Hawks have a few new guys. Really, the only guys on the court that shared the court last year together are Blanchette and Blakey.
Yep.
And Blakey was a late addition to that. So there's a lot of, and Quibbin, the libero. But, all those other guys, they're all new. And that takes them getting used to just, as much preseason action as you have. You just have to keep doing it longer and longer, and the longer you play together, the better the communication will be, the better the teamwork, the better the bond. And that's really what they have to focus on, is just really making sure communication is high here in this third set and the rest of the match.
And just to illustrate your point further, 9 freshman players for this Humber Hawk team, and as we mentioned earlier in this game, 11 returning players for the Royals.
Yeah, definitely, and you can just tell, like the Royals players know where each other are going to be, kind of without even talking, but they do talk still, and that just adds so much more to it.
But the Royals, of course, they are not with their leading scorer from last year, the graduating Morgan Rutledge. So a bit of a cog they have to fill, but if it's any indication of what we've seen so far, the Royals doing a good job of filling that gap.
I was going to say, yeah, it looks pretty good so far.
So we will start this third set with number 3, Rady Kim. Ball hits off the Humber player, so a kill for the Royals. So we go to the number 3 now for the Royals. Pearson Stiller with the serve. Humber getting the point, but this Royal team, they are not making life easy for this Humber Hawks.
I was going to say that the Royals block is just a force to be reckoned with, really, at the front of the net there. Humber's having a very difficult time, even in the first set, and especially was really highlighted in the second set, their inability to get the ball over the net. So, I mean, that's something they got to figure out.
And Blanchette firing that serve in there. Humber Hawks getting a kill, and they take the 1-point lead here early in the third set. Blanchette gets the service error. So back to a tie game, 2 apiece. Alex Bowden getting a kill here.
Picking up right where we left off. Kind of still just consistent as ever in this game so far, and really showing us what he can do.
Yep, so far on Humber's behalf, I would say the player of the game for the Humber Hawks. Won't showcase why he's the player of the game that time as he gets the service error. And Shalganov, who was in the game earlier, now taken out for the libero. Bowden got his shot blocked there. Kill for the Royals. Hitting the coach that time.
Yeah, that was just put a little too behind Bowden there, and it's hard to adjust. It's a little bit easier if you're coming in and the set's in front of you. You can just kind of go a little harder, but if you have to kind of stop and reset, it's very difficult to jump back and still make an effective swing.
And now Blakey's hit goes crashing into the net, so the Royals up by 3. Not much Wilkins can do about that one. Got his shot blocked, and as soon as he came down with it, ended up hitting him on the chest.
We're going to have a timeout here by the Hawks, and I don't think anyone on this Hawks team is very happy. Coaching staff and players all included in that with how they're playing right now, and they know they can do better. So we'll look to see if they can right the ship out of the timeout, or if Redeemer will continue this wonderful game that they've been putting on here in the home opener.
So out of the lineup, out of the timeout, I should say, the Humber Hawks still with the same lineup on the floor. And Bowden taking his frustrations out on the ball that time.
And that's what he needs to do. I need to see a little bit more of that from the other players in the team. They kind of look a little bit passive here, and a little bit just kind of whatever, nonchalant. And this is a big deal. You know, the game is not over yet, and you guys are still right in it. And I'd like to see some more fight from the Humber Hawks.
And that one just in bounds.
Once again, no one was there for the Hawks, and the Redeemer Royals just playing smart and making the shots. Right, not a super highlight kill, not the most powerful thing you've ever seen, just smart and effective.
So it'll be Ikenyenyu. Been very consistent with his serves throughout this game. And that time Wilkins was taking the frustration of the Humber Hawk team. They thought they got the point. Referee says it does go out of bounds, so the Royals pick up the point. And they change the call.
I believe the Royals player was signaling that he had actually made contact with the ball, thus changing the officials' call.
So a sportsmanlike play there.
Definitely. And with the speed of the ball, it's so difficult as a referee to tell when there is a touch.
Oh, Blanchette got a shot blocked. Cheepan ended up saving it with his face there, but the Humber Hawks, they'll take it as they get the kill.
We're still seeing the Hawks get, or I guess the Redeemer Royals just get a lot of touches on the blocks and even just full-on blocks, and it's a little bit concerning that the Hawks have not adjusted yet to that and tried some different sets to open up their hitter lanes rather.
So the Humber team now cuts this lead to 1 after the ball goes out of bounds. Cameron Wilkins with the serve. With a soft touch on that serve as well. Blanchette, huge block there right in front of the net, tying this game up.
We see Wilkins ready to go here at the service line, waiting for that whistle, pulling a bit of a Bryn Coleman from the women's match earlier today, just pacing tempo that game up.
Oh, what a play there from the Royals.
Beautiful dump there by the Royals setter. That's Pearson Stiller, my BC compadre. Wow.
This time Blanchette.
Blanchette was met by DeBoer.
Yep, on the receiving end of that play as he got a shot blocked.
Absolutely read it perfectly. Straight down on the Hawks side.
Back and forth set here.
And again! Wow! Oh my goodness.
Pearson Stiller in the middle of that one.
DeBoer is building a house with all those blocks. My goodness. Just a bunch of building blocks over there.
And
wow.
Shilstra looking to build on the momentum here.
That's big time. See if he can do it again.
Yep.
Ooh, he wanted it.
Missing that one.
He wanted that one. You could tell. He was thinking three-peat right there.
See a lot of focus coming towards Blanchette.
Yes, that's kind of isolated on him, and we now see Jake Gomes come in. Maybe he'll spread the ball out a little bit more.
Nice dig from Wilkins. Blanchette forced to play it from far out. Oh, Wilkins almost coming up with that dig. So Royals back up by 3 points. So Brady DeBoer set to take the serve. As his brother Joe DeBoer, you see him listed at 7 feet, number 16 on the bench. Watches on as his brother ends up hitting that one out for the service error.
Great dig by Wilkins in the backcourt.
Come up big defensively here. And Humber will get the point. Cayman Wilkins, strong defensive effort, and you see him showing off that leadership traits that we've been praising.
You're seeing a bit more emotion come out from Wilkins, which is exactly what I want to see. He needs to get these teams fired up the way, and start that communication, right? Those lines of communication I was talking about. The Royals have done such a good job with this the entirety of this game. And here you go again.
Yeah, Mitch Harris got a shot blocked. Humber tying this game again.
And just really a few plays. Sorry, Mo. It's just a few plays here, right? A serve, a big block, one guy to sort of take charge and start the shift of the mindset. And we have a tie game, and really it's just anyone's set at this point. And it'll be interesting to see which team kind of takes the reins here.
And ever since Jake Gomes has come into the game, You've been mentioning that shift. Seems like that momentum has been shifting
again
towards Humber. And yes, another kill, and the Humber Hawks, they take the 1-point lead.
So while the Redeemer Royals and DeBoer had back-to-back blocks, now the Humber Hawks have back-to-back blocks here. Just a few points later, and their bench is fired up.
Good job by Gomes with that dig. And it goes out of bounds. Humber communicating that time. Frenzy there, but Humber getting the point.
Yeah, good effort by both teams. We got a timeout by the Royals here. Just kind of settle things down after Humber has stormed back to take a 3-point lead here in the middle of this third set.
Serving for the Hawks, number 13, Jake Gomes.
Jake Gomes with the serve here. Humber on a roll.
Ball is out of bounds, point to the Hawks, and they continue this run. That saw them down a number of points, and now stormed back to take a 4-point lead.
Ikenyanyu that time just put a lot into that hit.
You see that communication, that level of energy and sort of fight that Wilkins was bringing earlier in the set, now spreading. Nick Quibbin and some of the other Hawks players have really started showing some more emotion.
Mitch Harris got his shot blocked again, and this roll continues. Humber's run.
And Alex Bowden is fired up right now, along with his teammates, and this is a prime example of how fast things can change around, right? The Royals were in control of this set all the way up until about 12 points.
Now Humber finds himself with a 6-point advantage.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Clayton Blanchette. We were kind of talking all game about him tipping and the Royals being prepared for that big swing, and when he finally let one go, they had no answer for it.
Yeah, Blanchette, that time his shot definitely not getting blocked, gets the big kill. Humber now up at 19-12 as the timeout is called by the Royals. So Jake Gomes back to serve. And that ball goes into the net. So this run continues for Humber. Now an 8-point lead, and they hit that 20-point benchmark.
This is just an unprecedented run here by the Humber Hawks. I think the Redeemer Royals are just a little bit dumbfounded almost. Yeah. They just don't really know what to do.
Seems like Jake Gomes the lucky charm here. Ever since he subbed into the game, it's been quite the turning point for Humber.
That. Just, you can't actually do that on purpose.
Blanchett!
And they're having fun now, Mo. Right? The Hawks are having fun. And when you're having fun on the court, that's when it gets really dangerous if you're the opposing team. Because it's tough to stop them having fun.
Seems like two different stories being told here in this second set alone for Humber. Big turnaround for them.
Ooh.
Almost getting that block.
Had that. Yeah, that was big.
So here Steeler going to try to continue to stop the bleeding. Won't help out his cause there. Service error. Humber now up 22-13. And Blanchett's play also turning around here in the second set. And he'll get the service ace. As the Royals helplessly look on.
You mentioned the increased sort of production from Blanchett here in this third set, and he was finding the block a lot in the first two sets, and has really just kind of exploded here.
The error that time. Humber still up 9, just 2 more points, and they'll take the lead in this game. Ikenyenyu, that time gets the kill. Alex Bowden.
He's just continuing this stellar performance throughout this match, Mo. Alex Bowden, I just almost don't have words.
Yeah, and Edward Shalganov, first-year player from Moscow, Russia. And that goes out of bounds, so the Humber Hawks come back and they take the lead in this game, and they close out this third set 25-15. And they'll look to close things out here and secure the win to open up the season. So here we go, the fourth set. Humber up 2-1, and if they're able to win this set, of course, they will end up securing the win. Pearson Stiller will be serving for Redeemer. Same lineup in for Humber. Shalganov not able to get that dig. Royals get the point to start things off here.
It'll be interesting to see how the Hawks come back or sort of respond after that very almost unbelievable run there in that third set.
Oh, that's just the perfect serve.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that twice in a row. You can't plan to do that, right? That just sort of happens. And the Hawks just need to shake that off and can't do anything about that.
So Humber, they will get their first point here in the fourth set. Mistiming his jump that time, Ikenyenyu. So Humber will get the point and they'll tie things up here 2 apiece. So Ratty Kim will continue to serve. And how good has Alex Bowden been?
Right now he leads the team with 9 kills. And that's impressive because Clayton Blanchette has 7. And Clayton Blanchette is usually the sort of leader of this team when it comes to offensive production.
Good effort that time from Kim on the dig. Just couldn't keep it in play. So we're back to a tie game. Back and forth start here in this fourth set. And Blanchette, he is a man who cannot be stopped right now.
Yeah, he really came out, finally sort of showed his true self there in the third set and looks to be not slowing down here in the fourth,
yes,
which is welcome news to any Hawks fans.
So that is his 8th kill now in this game. Oh, that's just a tough play for Blanchette after making that serve and coming right back into the play.
Great middle run by the Royals, helping establish that.
And Bowden hits that one out of bounds, so the Royals now will have the 1-point lead, 5-4.
There's Blanchette again, this time out of the backcourt.
So here's Shalganov. Oh, that's just tough. Kim got the dig, and the Humber players, they're watching on.
And that's happened a few times to this Hawks team tonight. Not sure who's taking second ball after the setter has taken the first one. Definitely something they'll need to work on to improve in the coming weeks.
And that costly mistake now finds himself down 1. Wilkins, he's just continuing to fire away there. Goes up strong again and gets the kill.
3rd time's the charm on that one, Mo. Wilkins took 2 big swings and finally got through the block on that last one.
So Wilkins, he'll get his 3rd kill. Nice block by Humber, but goes out, so the Royals will get the point. No team able to quite pull away with a big lead here just yet.
Ooh, nice little step around there run by the Hawks.
Yeah, Andrew Blakey tying this game. Blakey also getting his first kill, and Cayman Wilkins with the serve here. Royals respond. This back and forth set continues.
Yeah, and we've seen, as much as there's been a bit more of a gap between the 2 teams in the previous sets, really only a lead of about 3 or 4 points. And this set seems to be a little bit tighter, but it's really around that sort of 12 to 15 point mark when each team in the previous 3 sets has taken charge and sort of made it their own and then gone on to win that set. So it'll be interesting to look here in the next kind of 4, 5, 6 points who looks to establish that.
Goes out of bounds. Cayman Wilkins keeping a close eye on that one. Blakey service error there.
Tough to get any momentum going when you go back after getting a point and then you kind of just miss your serve, and it makes it tough to get into a rhythm.
Oh, Blanchette. Unbelievable.
That could be off the shoulder of the Royals player.
I believe that was Wesley Shilstra, number 6.
Yeah. Better the shoulder than the face, I guess. I've been on the receiving end of hit to the face. That's no good.
So the Royals now responding again. 10-9.
And Humber's got to be careful here. Again, this is that point of the game where we say, like, the last 3 sets, teams have taken charge and it extended their lead and won and gone on to win the set. And Humber can't let that happen if they hope to close out this match here in the 4th set.
Blanchette, this time not able to get the kill. Shot blocked. Point for the Royals. And that will be a point for Humber. Ikenyenyu trying to save that one, just not able to do so cleanly.
Serving the Hawks, number 16, Clinton Blanchette.
Check giving it away there. Service error.
Wilkins going up on the left side, taking a big swing at the ball off the block and out of bounds.
Serving for the Hawks, number 17, Edward Sheldon.
Very much a point-for-point game here in the fourth set.
But as you mentioned, this 12-point mark is where we see one of these teams pull away. We'll see which team is able to favor that swing and direction. So far, all signs pointing towards the Royals getting the point there. Up 13-11, Ikenyenyu will be serving. Double touch there, so Alex Bowden gets the kill.
Once again, he's now reached double digits in kills. Alex Bowden, the first year. And Bowden now back at the service line.
And unfortunately for him, not able to tack on more points for Humber. Instead, gives one away with the service error.
Kim, bold play there.
Almost ended up working out for him.
There's Blakey.
Blakey.
Great set by Kim. Led Blakey all the way. Wonderful 30 run. Kim was pulled off the net a bit there. When you get pulled off the net when you run a 50, pardon me, it wasn't a 30, it was a 50, it extends away from the setter a little bit to give him more room. Kim perfectly placed that set.
Blanchette gets the kill as it hits off the Royals player.
We're back to a tied game now, Mo.
So this competitive pace of play continuing here. It was almost saved that time from Bowden.
No one's pulled away yet, and we're still kind of waiting on that. But the way this is going, I could see this going down to the wire here. Maybe a 25-23 or 25-22 victory for one of these teams.
Nice dig that time. Royals forced to scramble. And that time,
not a smart
played too far out.
Not a smart volleyball play there by the Royals. Just in that case, you just need to get the ball over the net, right? Make it somewhat difficult for the Hawks. You're not looking for a kill, and it's just you're out of rotation. You're just scrambling to get the ball over. Don't try and force something. What a dig.
And they get the point. So the Royals now up by 1. And Blanchette tying things up here, 16-16. Blanchette really coming along in this game.
Very much a punch-for-punch game here. The Royals will score a point, and the Hawks come right back with a big kill of their own, and the Royals do it again, and it's great volleyball.
And that time, Kim gets the perfectly placed serve.
Wow.
So now Humber up by 1. So tit for tat here. Royals tying the game.
Harris coming back. Kill of his own.
Mitchell Harris now will be serving. That one hits the roof, so the Humber Hawks will be rewarded with the point. Blanchette getting the kill there. Service error for Blanchette. Just has been a little bit too inconsistent there with his serves, but still a fine performance for him nevertheless.
The focus for both teams at this stage is just making sure when they get the ball on service receive that they make a good pass, even on defense, right? Just get the ball up so you give your offense a chance to work and score a point.
And Bowden rising up that time. Unfortunately, the ball just goes into the net off his hit. So the Royals now find themselves up by 1. Royals now up by 2. Hitting that 20-point mark, and a timeout will be called by Wayne Wilkins. So after some back and forth plays, Redeemer able to score consecutively, up 20-18. So it's the setter, Daniel Wolfert, who will be taking this serve. Good job, Humber Hawks coming out of the timeout.
Bowden again, getting his 11th kill of this evening.
Yep, so now taking that lead of kills. Of course, Blanchette has 10. And Mitchell Harris, we've been talking about the Humber Hawks and the amount of kills they have. Mitchell Harris, 12 kills, leading the game. And miscommunication that time.
I don't know what happened there, Mo. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that
Looked
before.
To be perfectly played off the serve, but
Just
no one able to set it up for the second hit. So we find ourselves tied 20-20.
It's Wilkins. Big kill by the veteran.
Now a timeout called from the Royals, but Wilkins, who was struggling early in this game, turning things around there, and we mentioned the veteran play of him, and that really goes to show you the testament of his leadership. So the Hawks up 21-20.
Serving the Hawks is number 17, Edward Shaganov.
So Shaganov, unfortunately, right out of the timeout, gets that service error. So we find ourselves back in a tie game, now 21-21.
You can't have those errors after 20. You can't have any errors after 20 if you have hopes of winning. Makes it just so much more difficult already with all the pressure of closing. And Bowden, Alex Bowden, my goodness, he is just really come alive here, and we keep harping on him, but he's just performing so well. 12 kills, and really just kind of emerging as another star for this Hawks team.
Of course, now ties the leading kills in this game with Mitchell Harris at 12, but ends up getting that service error. And things are really winding down here in this fourth set.
Look for a set out to the veteran Wilkins here.
And just as you mentioned,
right to the pot.
They go to Wilkins. Good dig from the Royals, though. Right back to Wilkins.
He gets stuffed at the net. My goodness. The Royals pull within 2 points of taking this set and pushing it to a fifth and final set here at the Hawks Nest.
Wilkins. Close play there.
Smart play by Kim. Man, I love that play.
Yeah, that time works out for him. I saw him go to that
such
before.
Smart volleyball. Yeah, and the Royals are doing a great job of picking up the Wilkins tips.
Welcome viewers to Hawks Sports Network, where we are set to watch the men's varsity volleyball team here as the Humber Hawks take on the Redeemer Royals. Mo Crosashai here to call the game alongside my broadcast partner Mark Harrison. And Mark, these two teams faced each other last year in the playoffs. The Redeemer Royals actually eliminating the Humber Hawks, so definitely a revenge here for the Humber Hawks as they have that in mind. And looks like we'll just have the anthems and lineup, so we'll get to that in just a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next here at the Humber Athletic Center. As we get set for this home opening matchup between the Redeemer Royals and your Humber Hawks. I would like to ask please rise and remove your hats for the sake of our national anthem. Singing the anthem for us tonight from the Parents and Children's Chorus, Kriya Wilkins. Ring number 2, 5-8 left side, from Alberta.
So the Humber Hawks now coming out of the huddle, and the table is set 26-25. Game point for Humber. And it will be Kim. Been excellent with his serves. And look to further continue on that. Just out of bounds. Back to a tie game and back to a 1-by-2 situation. Oh, Blanchette just put too much into that one. No touch from the Royals, so they'll pick up the point. Now they find themselves 1 point away from taking this set. Oh, what a tough way to lose that set.
Just not on the same page communication-wise. Had a set play run. It was a perfect pass by Quibbin. Just didn't quite understand what was happening, and we go to a 5th set here.
Yep, so the Royals will take the 4th set, 28-26, and of course, and the deciding set, both teams will play up to 15. So we'll be joined shortly for that deciding set. So buckle up, Mark. Here we go. The deciding set, the 5th set between these two teams. A very entertaining game. Nice dig there. And they follow it up with a kill.
Yeah, there isn't much better way to kick off this volleyball season than with a nice 5-setter here at Humber College.
A nice change of pace. Of course, the women's Humber team, they won in 3 straight sets. And, of course, this game going to the maximum. Royals, they want to head on home as quick as they can here, up 2-0.
Great fix there.
And they pick up a block, so looks like they're back reading that play perfectly against Blanchette.
Yeah, even though Blanchette had sort of, like we said, it sort of came out of his shell in the 3rd and 4th sets. Now, like you just said, Mo, Redeemer had made some adjustments. Maybe the coach had seen something, and they're really picking up on him again. And they're fired up. Like we saw their bench, they are excited.
So Humber will get on the board here off that service error. Just try to get back into this any way you can. Andrew Blakey now will be taking the serve. Good dig there from Bowden, but just no support there as Humber gives up the point. And Blanchette had a shot partially blocked, but it does go out of bounds, so we will get the kill.
No touch on that hit. Point to the Hawks.
Yeah,
they pull within 1.
As the ball goes right into the net there.
Yeah, and that little lack of aggression, I don't think you can afford to do that at this stage in the game. You need to be as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, Royals got off to a hot start to start the set, but things might be fizzling out here for them.
Yeah. See Hawks go to Bowden. He's been their guy.
And just like that, Humber ties the game. Mistakes have to be at a minimum in this deciding set, up to 15.
Yeah, this 5th set is the sprint, right, Mo? It's a sprint to 15. It's not a marathon. You got to go all out, give it all you have, every point.
Grady DeBoer coming back into the game. Bowden, shot stuffed. Point for the Royals.
So we see it's not just Blanchette that the Royals have seemed to understood and read. It's also Bowden who has enjoyed a very productive night here along with Blanchette, but Redeemer seems to be shutting them down here late in the 5th.
And that one goes out of bounds, Shalganov.
Redeemer Royals just need 1 more point here, Mo, until we switch sides at 8. We'll continue the match immediately.
Blanchette,
blocked
again, yes. Let's see this time. Struck at a shot, blocked, may have been out, no.
Wow.
Referee saying it's in play, so a kill for Blanchette.
You see the linesman who didn't have a clear play on it. So that was the up official making that call.
Yeah, some tense moments there. The referee hesitating to make that call official, but we do find ourselves now in a 2-point drought for Humber.
Nice one-handed set there from the Royals.
And the Hawks pick up the point.
They pull within one.
And Redeemer, they're going to respond with a timeout called as they find themselves now just up by 1.
Serving for the Hawks, number 16, Blanchette.
Blanchette back to serve for the Hawks.
Ends up getting that service error.
So we will switch sides here in the 5th set with the Redeemer Royals having a 2-point advantage, 8-6 over the Humber Hawks. Needing only 7 more points to secure a victory.
Bowden's shot blocked. He was able to keep that in play after coming down.
Great dig by Kim.
Yeah, a little off-speed touch there. Royals get the point. That ball sails out of bounds.
And that might be a little bit of first-year inexperience in that situation, kind of going for the big swing on for Bowden there, not knowing to maybe take a bit off and place the shot instead.
So the Royals up 3, 9-6 as the Humber Hawks called the timeout. So out of the timeout, a service error for the Royals. Lead now cut down to 2. Blakey and Hudgens coming to the game, so Hudgens, of course, will be serving the ball.
That's a bit of an interesting call there by the referee. It's almost impossible to get a lift carry on the first contact, but it was pretty bad, so I believe it was the first contact. It may have been the second. I wasn't too sure. But nevertheless, the Hawks get the point.
And they end up tying the game, and they are fired up. Jake Gomes,
first-year setter, coming in, playing big here in this 5th set.
He was a big part of that turnaround earlier in the game. Back helping out the Hawks here. Cayman Wilkins forced to scramble and just has to play it over the net. And the Royals pick up the point.
Still a 1-point game. The Hawks are not out of this yet, but Redeemer can take charge here if they score another point or two. Really dictate how this game will unfold.
Wilkins shot blocked, but Humber get the point.
I agree with.
Went out.
Yes, the linesman had called it in. Or had called it, yes, in, but the upper referee had disagreed. I believe he is correct. I saw it land out. Nevertheless, the Hawks happy with the call.
Yeah, close call, but as you mentioned, they're definitely happy with that one. Tie game, 10-10. And that one goes into the net. Mitchell Harris, we mentioned, had a very big game. 12 kills, has been quiet though of late. Making a little bit of an error there. So Humber with the 1-point lead. Tough break. Ohms, who's been so consistent with his serves, gets the error that time.
Tie game at 11. You see Wilkins push back the pass here.
With Brady DeBoer. Wilkins!
And you're going to see both teams kind of go to their go-to player for the Hawks. That's Wilkins and Blanchette. You're probably not going to see too many sets to other guys. Maybe Kim if he's in the front row here. There's Kim. And the Humber Hawks.
Yep. How good has Ratty Kim be, though?
Ratty Kim is very good. He has just been sort of all over the court. He's been setting, he's been swinging, excelling at both throughout this match.
So this Humber crowd and the Humber team really fired up here. The Hawks up by 2, and they're also just 2 points away in securing a win here in the regular season opener.
Much like the Hawks have been going to Wilkins and Blanchette look for the Redeemer Royals to go to Mitchell Harris. He's been sort of their go-to guy this game, and he's pulled in a lot of points for them.
Royals getting a crucial point there.
All the Hawks are focusing on this time is just siding out, getting 1 point, getting 1 pass, not jumping too far ahead.
Ikenyenu coming back into the game for Redeemer.
There's that pass.
Oh, excellent dig though. And that's Mitchell Harris. Almost coming up with that point there. Humber, fortunately for them, they do get that point, so they're just 1 away. Game point Humber. We'll see who will take the serve. It looks like it will be Wilkins. Nope, excuse me. It will be Reynolds who comes into the game. And the Royals not out of it just yet.
All Humber needs once more is just a pass. They're not too worried about anything else after that. They just need 1 good pass. And for the Royals, Harris is just focused on getting this serve in the court. Right, that's all he needs.
And you mentioned the Royals trying to get Harris involved early, picking up the big kill there, his 13th, leading this game. Royals getting the point here. So we're back to a win by 2 scenario.
The focus doesn't change for either team here.
That one goes out of bounds. Costly service error there as the Humber Hawks now with game point. Definitely hard to knock on Harris given his play throughout this game. Clayton Banchette gets the kill and ends the game. The Humber Hawks take this set 16-14. And so they win 3 sets to 2. And the Humber Hawks, they open up their regular season with a win against the team that ended their regular season last year. So for my broadcast partner, Mark Harrison, along with Mo Khosrowshahi, we will see you next time on Hawks Sports Network. The Humber Hawks, they will be playing on the road next on November 4th against the St. Clair Saints.